Hey everybody, this is Aubrey from Piece by Piece Living, and today I'm going to show you how to make Instant Pot hummus. It's a really easy side dish to make, and I normally eat my hummus with vegetables, usually cucumbers or sliced bell peppers. But first, I wanted to show you some of the ingredients that I'm going to be using. So I actually use garbanzo beans, the dried beans. I purchased them in bulk from a local grocery store. You could also do canned beans, but you wouldn't need to cook them in the Instant Pot for as long. And then you're also going to need some tahini. I normally use the brand Artisanal Organic Tahini, but that one expired, so I just went to Vaughn's and picked up some generic tahini. So hopefully it tastes all right. You're also going to need some extra virgin olive oil, some salt, a few spices. I'm using paprika and cumin. And then you're going to need some garlic, some lemon. And then you could either use lemon juice that comes in the jar, or you can use good old lemon. I like to use actual lemons because of the lemon zest. It just adds a little bit more flavor. And then you're also going to need some black pepper. And for tools, you're going to need the Instant Pot. And you're also going to need what is this called? It's not a blender, it's not an emulsifier, you're also going to need a food processor. I have the KitchenAid food processor, but it's only the mini version, so I have to do this recipe in 2 batches. If you have a normal size food processor, then you won't have to do that, but I just have the mini one that I purchased, I think, from Target. It's really affordable as well. And then I use that on the puree setting. It also has a chop setting. And then lastly, for tools, you're going to need a zester for the lemon. You could skip this part and use like essential oils that are safe to consume. So if you have like Young Living lemon oil, you could use that in place of the lemon zest. All right, so let's get started with this hummus recipe. So here are the garbanzo beans that I'm using. I purchased them at my local grocery store in the bulk section. So the first thing you're going to do is take your dried garbanzo bean or your dried chickpeas and place them inside your Instant Pot with some water. You're going to put the lid on it and then cook it at high pressure for 40 minutes. In this video, I cooked it for 38 minutes, but it was a little bit too firm, so I went ahead and added just a few more minutes so that it can be a little bit softer. Once your chickpeas are done cooking, go ahead and place them inside the KitchenAid food processor. And very important, make sure you save the water that the chickpeas were sitting in your Instant Pot. You're going to need that later on to thin out your hummus. And now I'm adding in the tahini. This actually was a pretty good brand of tahini considering I bought it at Vaughn's. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some minced garlic inside and then zest 1 lemon. And for some reason, if you don't have a lemon on hand, you can go ahead and use some essential oil. Just make sure they're safe to consume. So for example, if you have Young Living's lemon oil, you can go ahead and add this in if you do not have a lemon to zest. I was too lazy to cut up the lemon. I just finished zesting, so I am just using some lemon juice. I purchased this lemon juice from a local health food store, but you can pretty much get them anywhere. And then I'm just going to add my spices, my salt, paprika, cumin, and very important, you want to save that water like I said, and you're going to use this inside your mixture to thin out your hummus. I usually start with about 1/4 cup of liquids, and then if I need to add some more later on, I will. And now it is time to puree your hummus. So at the top of my mini food processor, I have this little spout that allows you to emulsify whatever you're pureeing with olive oil. So I am just adding the olive oil as I blend the hummus, and this will create a nice creamy thick hummus. And as you can see, this drizzle spout, it allows the olive oil to slowly drizzle into the hummus. And I absolutely love this mini food processor because of this specific function. And once everything is well blended, you can go ahead and pour it into a bowl or a mason jar and go ahead and start eating it. That's it. It's extremely simple to make. No soak, instant pot hummus. Alright everyone, so here is the hummus that I made. So this recipe actually made more, but I couldn't fit it all in this bowl. So when I make hummus, I usually like to freeze half of the recipe inside a mason jar. And then when I'm ready to have the hummus, I'll just defrost it like maybe over 2 days. And the texture is not exactly the same, but to be honest, it's fine. So when I eat hummus, I normally dip like cucumber, broccoli, you can do green beans, you can do bell peppers, you could do crackers, you could also put hummus inside like a sandwich as well, or even dip like chicken inside your hummus. That would be really good. This is just a really easy side dish, especially if you're trying to get protein, if you're like vegetarian or something, to get the protein from the chickpeas. It's also really nice that you can use the Instant Pot for this recipe. Most people have an Instant Pot, so it's really easy to cook dried chickpeas when you have the Instant Pot. And also I want to mention that for this recipe, you can modify it for your own personal taste. So if you like your hummus to be a little bit on the thicker side, maybe add a little less of the hummus water, or you can add a little less olive oil. If you like your hummus to be thinner like I do, add a little bit more of the liquid. If you want to use different spices, that's fine. Like if you don't like cumin or you don't like paprika, use whatever you want. Or for me, I really like my hummus to be super lemony, so I always add just a little bit more lemon than the average person. But anyways, this is my really easy Instant Pot hummus recipe, and I hope you guys try it. Bye.